If your pull-up numbers have been frozen for months, you know the exact feeling. No matter how hard you pull, you just can't get your chin over the bar for that next repetition. The standard response is to treat every single workout as a test. You do 5 reps today, so tomorrow you desperately try to force 6. You end up maxing out every session, exhausting your muscles instead of actually training them to do more work. We are going to replace that endless cycle of testing with a 5-day, math-based progression system. It removes the guesswork and scales predictably, giving you a clear path from 0 all the way to 50 unbroken reps. Before we start the math, you need a physical notebook or a digital tracker. You cannot rely on your memory for this. Writing your numbers down shifts your focus. You stop trying to force immediate strength through pure willpower and start building capacity through carefully tracked accumulated volume over time. Step 1 is establishing your baseline. Get on the bar and test exactly how many clean pull-ups you can do in a single set. We'll use that number to calculate your target training volume. To reach a specific goal in a single set, you must first build a foundation of work capacity that far exceeds that one effort. To reach 10 reps, we use a 2.5-to-1 ratio, setting your workout volume at 25 total reps. As your goal climbs toward 20 reps and beyond, you scale that base accordingly, eventually targeting 100 to 150 total repetitions per session. To hit that target, we use a method called building from the back. Instead of burning yourself out trying to increase the reps in your very first set, you focus your energy on improving the sets at the end of your workout. Take a look at this tracking log. If your target is 25 reps, your first workout might require 8 sets to get there, hitting 5 reps, then a few sets of 4, dropping down to 2s by the end. The total repetition count matters more than the number of sets it takes to get there. Progression happens when you condense that workload. Over your next few workouts, you aim to complete those exact same 25 reps in fewer sets. You gradually compress the work until you can perform 5 clean sets of 5. To make this condensation possible, you must stop your early sets 1 or 2 repetitions short of absolute failure. Going to failure immediately ruins your endurance for the rest of the workout. Condensing your sets proves your work capacity is improving. You are becoming more efficient at managing fatigue, and that efficiency naturally drives your maximum set higher without ever having to force it. To handle this kind of repetitive workload, you need a strict weekly schedule. High volume creates the stimulus for muscle growth, but without planned recovery, your joints will give out long before your muscles do. Monday is your main volume day. Using a standard overhand grip, your job is to hit your calculated total repetition target. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are active practice days. On each of these days, you perform exactly 1 single sub-maximal set. Leaving a few reps in the tank on these middle days is a strict rule. These single sets give your body frequent practice with the movement pattern, while protecting your elbows and shoulder tendons from heavy daily wear and tear. Friday is your secondary volume day. Switch to an underhand grip to perform chin-ups, giving your biceps more of the load. Notice the math here. You drop the total volume by roughly 20% compared to Monday. If you did 100 reps on Monday, you aim for 80 on Friday. Running 2 identical maximum volume sessions in the same week creates a compounded fatigue deficit that your body simply cannot recover from in time for the next week. Accumulating total repetitions is what forces your muscles to adapt, but this modulated high-low schedule ensures your central nervous system actually survives the process. Even with perfect scheduling and strict form, you will eventually hit a physical wall. You might get stuck at 25 pull-ups for months, completely unable to squeeze out a 26th rep. Look closely at this side-by-side comparison. When strict form fails, you can strategically use a small amount of body English, like a slight deliberate knee drive, to generate just enough upward momentum to cross that mental and physical barrier. This is not an excuse to perform messy swinging pull-ups. It is a temporary bridge. You use that controlled momentum to feel what 26 or 27 reps feels like, and then spend the next few weeks gradually making those extra reps stricter. Once you've logged about 8 weeks of consistent body weight volume, you move into phase 2. You swap out one of your volume days for weighted pull-ups. Do not try to match your body weight repetition numbers when adding weight. Attach just 10 pounds to a dip belt and aim for a much lower total, around 20 to 30 repetitions spread across your sets. Weighted pull bodyweight repetitions begin to feel significantly lighter, allowing you to move through them with less fatigue. High repetition endurance and heavy relative strength are entirely different physical traits, but when you build them simultaneously within the same program, they feed directly into each other, pushing your maximum numbers up much faster. We need to be realistic about the timeline. Taking your maximum from 0 to 40 or 50 pull-ups is a multi-year endeavor. It does not happen in a 30-day challenge. Consistency will always beat motivation. You will have bad workouts, your grip will fail, and your weight will fluctuate. Those variables are already accounted for in the mathematics of this long-term progression. Open your notebook right now. Write down your current strict maximum, calculate your target repetition volume, and prepare to execute your first main volume session this coming Monday. Physical mastery is found in the relentless, patient execution of a tracked and measured mathematical system. Track your numbers, put in the volume, and the repetitions will follow.